Okay, everybody, we're looking forward to the Orange going back on the road. They take on Wake Forest Saturday night at 8. We'll start on the defensive side and visit with Orange corner Isaiah Johnson. And this has been a tough stretch here, my man. And just we always kind of start with a little outlook. What's kind of top of mind for you? A snapshot of where the locker room is at the moment.
You know, like you said, it's been a rough little stretch of games, and so mainly we just want to get back on the path we were at the beginning of the season. Everybody's trying to get back to the fundamentals, not focus too much on the losses, just look at them as lessons and try and grow from them and get back right where we were at the beginning of the season and get back to just playing ball.
Part of the game is that it is a long season, and you guys always talk about one game at a time, one play at a time. So you knew in August this could go in any different direction, right? At that time, you weren't a starter, and your path here has been interesting, coming in from Dartmouth as a transfer. But we remember looking at you on the practice field in August, go, hey, this guy has the look and the feel of a big-time player. If you could go back to that, which would all make us feel a little warmer, by the way, back to training camp and the outlook for the season, Isaiah, what was your kind of point there to think how you might fit in here?
Yeah, during the whole transfer process, I just felt like overall it was going to be a good fit. You know, they've had a history of putting DBs in the league, and so that was definitely a big draw. And so coming here, I just wanted to grow as a player and grow in my craft. And so coming in August, I knew we had Deuce and we had Garrett, both great players and everything. I knew I was going to have to abide my time. So I just focused on trying to get better just every day and focus on my craft. And so that's what August was about. It was about learning the curve, you know, meeting the guys, getting that chemistry, and just trying to focus on me as much as on the team.
But for a team that typically plays 5 DBs, there's an opportunity, right? And even if you're behind a couple of pros, you may be a pro as well. And if you are, it's going to show, right, over time anyway.
Yeah, definitely. So that was a big thing that Garrett, the leader in our room, really stressed for all of us, even the freshmen and the younger guys coming in out of high school. It was just that there's no starters because the season's long and it's a contact sport. Anybody can go down. Sure. And so that was something that really pushed me to focus and get everything in order for myself.
That's unfortunately prophetic from Garrett's point of view because everybody loves him and everybody respects his ability and leadership. What is he doing, if anything, now to continue to be the leader in your room?
He's really just it's been his energy for how he's handled his own situation. Yeah. You know, he hasn't been down. He hasn't been on it himself. He got off the crutches fast. He was focused on coming back, and so he's just been a constant presence. You know, letting everybody know that just because he's hurt doesn't mean he's any less a part of the team than he was before. So staying around, staying involved, talking to the guys, especially the young guys who have to step up. Since, like you said, everybody really plays. So yeah, he's just been constant.
With your deal in particular, you talk about people transferring. Well, when you transfer up in a level of competition, you were a stud in the Ivy League, and you're coming into a situation being a starter and maybe not knowing your role, having to kind of earn your way in. What confidence is born out of the fact that you've maybe stepped down in terms of level of play, but you've been there, done that, and you've been a team leader?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing football since I was 9 years old. So my mindset is that football is football, you know, and it's felt like something I was born to do. Yeah. So coming in here, even though everybody talks about the step up, it's really just about staying confident in yourself and staying confident in the things you do well and continuing to look at the moments where you can grow. And so I didn't try and focus too much on the Power 5 versus Ivy League. I just tried to focus on what I was trying to get out of every moment.
Does that help you right now? You're on a 4-game losing streak. You go on the road against a challenging team that can put up points, and it sounds to me, Zeke, like you got a plan. You got an idea that if you do your thing, it'll work out.
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, every week, like you said, it's 1-0, and so every week it's a new plan and it's a new chance just to play the game you love and just to show exactly what you're capable of. So I'm excited for the challenge, especially with Wake Forest and what they do on offense. So I'm looking forward to it.
Wake Forest in particular, here's a team that they've lost 3 in a row, but they've been putting up 30 points on a regular basis. They just scored a lot of points despite the loss on the weekend, and they're known for the slow mesh in the run game. What do you see there in terms of your responsibilities, and if that's any challenge? And then how do you evaluate Sam Hartman and company in the pass game?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a challenge because it's something I haven't faced personally. But at the same time, it's about believing in the coaching scheme, believing in the film you watch, and, again, believing in yourself. So coming in, I'm just looking forward to really showcasing this game if we do get a little more pass than we have in the past weeks, because they do have a very good quarterback and they have very talented receivers on the outside. So it's just something where I'm not trying to hype myself up too much and stay even keel and take one game at a time.
We always talk about how beneficial it is to play in the dome, and it's great. And I know you guys have been pumped up and had a good dome season this year. But do you get a sense this week that, hey, it's maybe time to get some fresh air, get away from here, and maybe try to turn the page?
Yeah, I'm from the north. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, so I'm used to the cold, and the cold brings a whole nother aspect because it's a lot more mental than just physical at that point. And so I'm excited for how it's going to change the game a little bit, and I'm excited to just have fun out there in the freezing cold.
Yeah, well, it won't be freezing. It's going to be in the 40s. It sounds like in Winston-Salem this weekend, roughly what it's been here in Syracuse. So I think you can handle it. And one last thing, just because of the Dartmouth connection, I know you didn't know him, Isaiah, but we ought to give a little shout out. You're the first Dartmouth to Syracuse connection I've been aware of since Jake Krauthamel, who just passed away. He was 84 years old. He was the AD here for nearly a quarter century, but a former Dartmouth all-conference player, all-Ivy League, and a pro, and a longtime coach there with a lot of success. So you can maybe carry the torch for Jake this week.
Yeah, I hope too. It sounds like he was a good guy, and I'm sorry for his family's loss and everything. But yeah, I hope that I can continue the Dartmouth connection to be something that Syracuse looks forward to in the future.
All right, class act on your part from the Big Green to the Orange, and the Cuse on the road this week at Wake.